Bang. Okay. Recap today. Super emotional day for me. I am not. Oh my gosh. I'm not proud of how I went about today. So here's the P&L. I I have about. I think I made about 1,500 on three evals, and then my two fundeds they weren't uh, set for a profit target, so I just got like winning days on those. Probably like 200 each on profit. So yeah, that's that. But let's go over today because today was definitely not ideal emotion wise, and I learned a lot about myself today. So coming into the day, let's remove everything. Let's go naked on the chart here. Yeah. Okay. So coming into the day, right? You have this huge expansion overnight. Where are we falling in that expansion in this volume imbalance, right? So if price is going to disrespect like this, right? Edge these draws, I can kind of anticipate that we'll come up into this imbalance, this volume imbalance, use it as like a inversion, right? Because usually when you have an inversion, what does price like to do? Sometimes it revisits it, right? And then we'll reject and head in the intended direction. So that was kind of my bias coming in for the day, right? I wanted to see lower prices. What else did we have for narrative that can support that? Well, this leg, if we're going to take it from the high here to the low, we come up into about premium range, 50%. So for sells, we want to sell at a higher price, right? So this is optimal for me. So I'm already looking at this low resistance down here. Maybe we don't get hit today, but the targets lower are very strong, right? We have low here, intermediate low here. We have a low here on the higher time frame, which is like a very nice swing. This is a swing from like last week where we expanded from it. So this is a high probability liquidity pool here, and you can see the long rejection wick here, right? Something interesting though is actually I'm not going to get into that, but coming into the day, that's what I see, right? I'm looking at lower prices. We have the low resistance to get us lower, right? We have these imbalances in this leg that need to be rebalanced, right? So to start, we have this external SMT. Pretty sure this is session liquidity. It's also an order block, right? Above we have like a 4 hour gap here, 1 hour gap, this whole imbalance, right? So initially that's what I had marked out. Then coming into market open, I think I'm just gonna, fuck it, just do this. Where do we open? So here we kind of like, we open high, low, close, right? So I'm already thinking, okay, this is perfect. Like we're just gonna get a continuation, right? We're gonna 930 is gonna open, kind of add to this liquidity, trade higher, get a continuation, go lower. That was my kind of my my idea coming into the session, right? Off of open, we do SMT with this high as well. Pretty sure, yep. So just a bunch of confluences lower. Now in real time, I never limit myself to a bias. You should never ever do that. And I think at some point when I took this long, we were SMT'd with this low, this OB low, right? We were SMT'd with this low at some point, and I used that as an external SMT. I took the range, right? We came into discount. I think I pulled another range. I thought I pulled another range where we had, might have been here. Okay, yeah, so I pulled this like 5-minute range here, which was also like this small little order block here. And what do we do? Well, we literally tap 786. So now at this point we have a 30-minute external, right, coming out of this gap. We have, there's also an internal SMT. Hope this isn't lagging. Internal SMT, you can see right here, right? Bang. You can see on ES, look where my cursor is. You can see on ES, right? This low and this low. Very prominent, right? My entry was not ideal, honestly. And then you have this inversion as well, right? Right in here. Okay, so really, ideally, my entry should have been here. But like I said, today was just not super ideal for me. I do catch the displacement, I do catch the volume, and I catch the leg, the displacement leg that happens in this move, right? We chop around, come down, manipulate lower, create the SMT, and we displace. Accumulate, manipulate, distribute, right? So I caught the distribution on both fucking moves today, bro. And I kind of just fucked it up. So here, I wanted, my target was this wick for like over 100 points, right? Super overzealous. And really, the system that I follow only calls for about 50 points. 1 to 2. That gets smashed in one fucking candle, bro. Right? So, I'm already thinking we're chopping around here. Get rid of some of this. We're chopping around here, right, in this 30-second gap. So I'm thinking, okay, we're rejecting. Huge rejection, right? And if we break above this high, I'll trail my stop to a 1 and 2. That way we just end off on like a crazy day, right, across 5 accounts. So that didn't happen. I end up getting winning dayed. Like I said, super emotional trading today. We don't want to do this shit. So 465, 475, 10 points, bro. Like ridiculous. So out of this trade that runs for about 90 points, I only get 10 points out of it. So just from that, I'm already like kind of like crashing out and just very upset with myself, right? So then the second trade, which probably is a bit more probable, right? Which it was. It runs for more points. We have this 5-minute gap that opens up, and you see our bodies are staying inside of this gap. We're wicking through it, right? The bodies are going to tell the story, the wicks are going to do the damage, and the bodies are staying in this gap. So what do we do when we come up, right? We come up after this move, and we create another SMT. Bang. Right? So now we have stacked SMTs, like 3 stacked SMTs. And this is super in line with my bias. So I'm like, okay. You can see on ES, right? Major divergence, right? Out of the 5-minute. What do we have below us? We have some stacked lows. We have AM lows. External, double internal, right? So I see this. This is like right after this trade, and I'm just like, I'm kind of just like upset with myself through this whole like chop before this move happens, and I just carry that over into the next trade. So I take the displacement candle and I go for AM low, which runs for about 100 points. And I have just an unwarranted break even, right? We're not going to talk about it. Obviously today was a very emotional day for me, like for no reason, bro, honestly. But again, the takeaway from this is an A plus setup, right? We also respect this range as well, right? 786, we're not breaking past that. We broke past this range now, but then we come up 786 again. I'm like, okay, this is even weaker. You can see, right? High, 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 stacked, right? This is a weaker high. So I'm like, okay, we get a displacement candle as well out of the 5-minute, and it's kind of like a no-brainer, right? We got AM low as a strong target. Imbalances, low resistance, right? My narrative for today is short. So it's perfect, and it just runs. It runs over 100 points, about almost 200 points. So my execution lacked, my draw liquidity and everything else was on point. My emotions, though, did get the best of me. So that's usually what happens in trading, right? It's usually not the mechanics, it's the emotions that kind of can sometimes hinder your progression. So I hope this is clear. You know, to me, this is very clear. It is a Monday. So already coming in today, into the day today, I was not really expecting to trade. But, you know, we wait for setups. That's what we do. We wait for setups. It's like hunting. We follow the tracks. We wait for the setup. We see the execution. We shoot. Right? One shot, one kill. So that's all it was today. Everything was there except my emotions. So it's something to learn from. Definitely gonna come into the rest of the week with a better mindset, stricter rules, stricter take profit as well, right? Because I could have got away with that first trade. Could have got away with, 50 plus points. So thank God I had the take profit target on my evals, because it on the trade copier it just took me out of the trade as soon as I hit my profit target for the day. So hope this video helped. It's a quick little recap for today. Good luck, good trading. See you guys in the next one.